Fuck NetEase, dude. No, seriously, I'm not gonna start this video with the hello everybody, I'm Razor Blade Man. No, fuck that. Fuck NetEase. Fuck all of these motherfuckers that work there that make these decisions. I fucking hate NetEase, dude. So, if you haven't heard by now, NetEase has been pulling out of a lot of the projects that they have backed over the last few years. And unfortunately, one of the victims, as was confirmed last week, is going to be a game that I was very much looking forward to from a creative person that I very highly respect. And this was the game Gang of Dragon from the legendary Toshihiro Nagoshi's new studio, Nagoshi Studio, aptly named. And it was confirmed on Bloomberg last week that beginning in May, NetEase would cut funding for the game because they have recently been doing, like I said, this major pullback on their investments and just leaving a ton of games, even in Japan and all around the world actually, out to dry. Sorry, fuckos, you don't get any more funding, even though we helped you guys. You know, you left other studios to come work for us. Nope. Gonna wipe our hands of it and just see ya. Yeah, we don't care anymore. We're just gonna cut funding because we suck. Because we're NetEase and we suck. We might as well make that our company motto. I am become NetEase, the destroyer of projects. Fucking trash company. And it's a combination of this just makes me sad and it makes me very, very angry to see this because I feel like Toshihiro Nagoshi in particular, out of all the projects NetEase has backed, in my opinion, and it sucks. I get it, it sucks for all of the other studios. I didn't make videos on all the other studios that NetEase has stopped funding and will probably continue to cut funding for, but this is the one that I cared about the most because I greatly respect Toshihiro Nagoshi. If you don't know who that is, he is the guy behind legendary figure at Sega for a long time, worked on Super Monkey Ball, worked on most famously the Yakuza franchise before he left, beginning of this decade, in order to go venture out on his own, got his new studio up and running, got money from NetEase. Not a good idea in the long run, you know, hindsight is 20/20 and all, but you know, when you're in a volatile industry like the games industry, you take what you can get, and Nagoshi got funding from NetEase in order to make his new game. This was going to be his spiritual successor to Yakuza. He famously did not really care for the direction that Yakuza was going in, so he wanted to return it more to its darker roots, have it be something more gritty and violent, and have a main protagonist that very clearly in the first trailer does not give a shit about killing. He will cap motherfuckers in the face. He will punch them in the throat. He'll fuck them up, clash swords with them, fire machine guns, does not give a fuck. And you got Don Lee in there going in, being a badass. And I feel like, you know, granted we didn't see any gameplay of this, so maybe when they finally showed gameplay it was going to look very good. But the point is, a legend like Toshihiro Nagoshi deserved better. He deserved a chance. And it's the same way I feel about Shinji Mikami leaving Capcom and striking out on his own with Tango Gameworks. You know, I really greatly dislike The Evil Within. I really dislike it. But I'm glad that game exists just because, again, Shinji Mikami was given an opportunity to leave and go strike out on his own and do his own thing. Did it work out for him in the end with Tango Gameworks? No, but he had that opportunity. And I feel like when you're working in an industry as volatile as the games industry, if you are considered a legendary figure, you deserve a chance to be out on your own. You deserve it. And Toshihiro Nagoshi is absolutely one of those people who deserved it. And I was very much looking forward to seeing what he was going to do. I was very much looking forward to seeing what he was going to do with Gang of Dragon. Now, granted, Gang of Dragon isn't dead yet, but I'm a naturally pessimistic person by nature, so this seems to be the way it's going. I'm going to assume that Gang of Dragon probably is not going to come out ever. That's just going to be another canceled project in the mass grave of them over the last 10 years or so, as this industry just, I don't know, this industry is just fucked right now. I mean, it's like completely fucked from the consistency perspective. It's completely fucked from a job security perspective. You have all these shit muncher studios wanting to invest in the AI gold rush to replace actual human beings. It's fucking abysmal. And the saddest part is that, according to Bloomberg, from their sources, NetEase discovered that in order to get Gang of Dragon out the door, they would need at least an additional funding of about 7 billion yen, which translates to about $45 million in American money. And, you know, I've seen some people make the comment that, wow, 45 million, that's quite a bit. You know, I don't think a business is going to be able to come in and be a, you know, what's the term? A savior investor or whatever, an angel investor. There we go. I highly doubt somebody's going to come in and be an angel investor and save Gang of Dragon and pay 45 million. I think this would be a major optical win if a studio like, if a publisher like Xbox or PlayStation came in and helped. Just my opinion. But it's like, this is, in the grand scheme of things, $45 million is not that crazy of an investment. At least, like, in my opinion, in my viewpoint, as somebody who's just a guy sitting in his computer chair talking into a microphone. Like, I'm not in the boardroom, but like, I can't help but look around at some of the absolutely just like bonkers investments some of these publishers have made over the years, spending hundreds of millions of dollars on things that go absolutely nowhere, that just blow up in their face. And I just kind of think to myself, well, what's the big deal about spending $45 million to get this project completed? I mean, I assume like at least like half the work is already done on Gang of Dragon. You have a concept out there that clearly resonated with people. There's a lot of people that are very excited about this game. Is it going to make like an insane amount of money? Probably not. But this is a new franchise that you could grow. You could say, like, we have our own Yakuza. If you don't like the way Sega and RGG are treating Yakuza these days, come to us. We have Gang of Dragon. You can hang out with Nagoshi, who's like the OG guy. Here you go. Perfect opportunity for a company like Xbox or PlayStation or whoever the fuck to get in there and help them out. But it seems to be that Nagoshi and his crew have not been successful finding new sponsors or investors so far. And that is so depressing to hear, man. That makes me so sad to hear that. It really just, it outrages me that this is happening to a legend, like someone I greatly respect, like Toshihiro Nagoshi. He deserves better. He really deserves better than this. And it's like, I'm sorry, if some of these teams, some of these big studios out there can invest hundreds of millions of dollars in projects that never go anywhere. I'm trying not to list the obvious suspects. I'll name one that isn't really mentioned all that much because everybody forgot about it. You look at like Bandai Namco investing in that, I think it was called Unknown 9 or something like that. Some like big multimedia franchise starring the woman who played Yennefer in the Netflix Witcher show. Like, nobody remembers this. It was this game called like Unknown 9 or something that came out last year or the year before. I don't even remember, but it just like came and went. It came and went like a fart in the wind. And Bandai Namco invested hundreds of millions of dollars into that in order to make it like their next big multimedia franchise. And it just just farted out like nothing. So I'm sorry, if a company like Bandai Namco can invest tons of money into that and have it go nowhere, if a company like Sony can invest hundreds of millions of dollars in their live service, billions actually, in their live service bullshit, and it doesn't really go anywhere beyond Helldivers 2. You have Xbox who invests like tens of millions of dollars, maybe over 100 millions of dollars in projects that go nowhere. I just don't really see what the big deal is of investing $45 million into Gang of Dragon. I mean, fuck, make it an exclusive. I don't care. Fucking hey, Asha Sharma, you wanna fucking get an easy win in there? How about you go hit up Toshihiro Nagoshi, be like, hey guys, we care about Japanese studios. It's not just the fact that we, you know, get the marketing rights to certain games that we care. We're actually going to invest in some Japanese games. How about you go help them out? Make it an Xbox console exclusive. I don't own an Xbox console. You know what would get me to buy an Xbox console? The new fucking game from Toshihiro Nagoshi. But I doubt it. I doubt they're going to do it because that doesn't fit within this big boomer bust bullshit mindset that this industry has, to the point where it is just killing projects in their cradle. It is killing all this creative potential out there. It is decimating the lives of hundreds of people, thousands of people actually. It is putting these like legends that should be getting opportunities like this out to pasture. I mean, it is just, it's a fucked industry, man. It is a depressing ass fucking industry. And this is just one of the cases, but this is just one of the major ones that I really care about. And I'm so bummed out that we're probably never gonna get Gang of Dragon. I really was looking forward to playing as Don Lee, slapping Yakuza motherfuckers in the face. And I just, fuck, no, I'm not gonna get it. This sucks. This really, really sucks. Fuck NetEase. Fuck them. Right in their motherfucking ass. Fuck NetEase, dude.